Hey everybody, it's Fradham, and this is a follow-up video to the last one that I made, and you'll see behind me is the thumbnail to the last video. It was my installation attempt of Apricity Linux, and as you know, I failed the installation, and I also mentioned in the video that I can't stand to be beat by software. So after I uploaded the video to YouTube last night, I spent another 10 or 15 minutes first beating my brain trying to remember how to get into single user mode. I know that's going to seem like, well, dummy, all you have to do is hit E. Yeah, I remembered. So once I was able to get into single user mode, which I'll show you, we'll switch to the desktop view real quick here. So here's my VM, and I hit start. And when you get to the grub screen right here, you just hit E. And you find the line. I hope you can see this. I really don't have a way to zoom. I'll try and post editing, but you find the line that starts with Linux, and it has the boot VM Linux stuff in there. You go all the way to the end, excuse me, after the word quiet on this line, and you type single. This isn't a permanent change. This is just for this boot. Now from here, you hit Control X. And the system will boot up into single user mode, which is a maintenance mode. First off, notice my resolution changed. That's because I've fixed it already. But I'm going to show you what I did. Apricity set the root password to be the same as my user password. That was an option. If you haven't watched the other video yet, please do, because then you'll have an idea what I'm talking about here. So I just enter my password here. And boom, I'm root. So what I did was I thought, okay, this is obviously a driver issue. What I'm thinking is happening is when I go to log in, it is authenticating, but it goes to launch the window manager, which in this case would be GNOME, and there's a driver issue, so it crashes and goes back to the login screen because it doesn't know what else to do. And the fact that I wasn't getting auto resizing working made me realize that maybe, just maybe, it's not detecting that I'm in a VM and automatically installing whatever it needs, or it's not installing generic enough drivers to be supported in the VM, which, by the way, I want to point out, every other distro seems to do that properly. So that's another... My opinion of Apricity still stands, by the way. It's not my favorite, and I wouldn't recommend it. But I just want to let you guys know that I was able to get into root without having to log into the ISO CD. So the next thing I did was I ran, of course, arrow keys don't work, pacman-s for search, and I searched virtual box, and then I grepped the word guest. And there we have all the VirtualBox stuff. And I'm like, okay, we need the VirtualBox guest kernel modules. So I did pacman-s for install, and I went VirtualBox-guest-modules-arch. Excuse me. Enter. It confirms. Hit yes. It installs. And that was it. So at this point, you really want to reboot because the modules aren't loaded yet. So I rebooted. And enter. And what clued me in that things were going to start working is I got a resizing on everything, including my desktop. So now I should be able to go full screen. And here's my login screen. Click on my name, enter my password, and sign in. Now this scared me at first. And then it popped up. Ta-da! We have it. We have a GNOME install. Also, I did do a pacman-SYU and updated all the packages while I was in single user mode just to be sure. But I believe the main fix was installing the VirtualBox kernel modules. Now we have our system. I'm still feeling like this installer for this software needs work. It shouldn't have failed like it did. And for a new user who likes to maybe play around with a distribution in a virtual machine first to see if they like it, it's not that uncommon to do that. Matter of fact, some people that I've converted over to Linux, I had them installed in a VM first and play with it before they decided to go full blown on their system. So it's not an uncommon thing. This install should have worked out of the box in a VM on VirtualBox. It's a pretty standard setup. So I still am not happy with this OS. It's pretty. It's, you know, it's GNOME. There's really nothing too extra fancy about it. And it's, you know, it'll get you an Arch, but there are easier ways to get Arch running on your system, as I mentioned before, and Tergos is one of them. But I wanted to do this quick follow-up video just to show you that you can indeed fix the problem, and I wasn't defeated by software. I just needed to take a half an hour break away from the system and think about how would I go about fixing this. And of course, it all revolved around going into single user mode and installing a package. So anyways, I just wanted to leave that here and just tell you I still feel the same way. I would not recommend this distribution to anyone except for maybe a hardcore user who likes to suffer. I know, that was comedy. Not very good comedy. And this is going to be a really short video, so I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you feel like it, and like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.